With so many awesome tools of destruction in this franchise, it was tough to pick just 10. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 battlefield weapons. For more gaming videos, check out our spin-off channel, Mojo Plays, for in-depth reviews, thoughtful video essays, detailed origins, and insightful commentary. Mojo Plays, game smarter. For this list, we'll be looking at the weapons, both unlockable in the base game and available as DLC, that dominate the battlefield. We will only be focusing on weapons that can be held by the player, so neither vehicles nor mounted weapons will be counted for this list. Number 10. Number 3 Revolver, Battlefield 1. DICE's return to the past in Battlefield 1 brought about many classic guns that are just downright monstrous in their capacity for destruction. Among these is the iconic revolver of the Wild West that remains a steadfast ally in close combat. It boasts enough power to kill with 2 body shots at close range, and has pinpoint accuracy to boot. Its damage unfortunately falls off at the mid-range point, but that's just the drawback of any sidearm. When you find yourself in a pinch in the trenches, this old favorite will be your best friend. Number 9. ACE-23, Battlefield 4. Assault rifles are without a doubt the go-to weapons in the Battlefield franchise, and it's no surprise that many of them are considered to be very powerful. The ACE-23 is a prime example of this, as its overall stats make it incredibly versatile at almost any range. While it does take some time to unlock, requiring you to complete one of the Assault Expert challenges, once you have it, it will rarely leave your inventory. And if it does, then it's probably for the equally powerful M416. Its only real downside is that you can't stick any barrel attachments onto it, which may actually be a blessing for your enemies. Number 8. DAO-12, Battlefield 3. Shotguns are always a favorite in first-person shooters, often dominating any close-quarter maps with one-shot kills. It's unfortunate that the scope of the maps in the Battlefield franchise are much larger than other games, meaning shotguns take more of a situational role. That being said, if you catch any unfortunate sucker in a hallway with this, they're as good as dead. Though its overall damage is very low comparatively, it has an impressive capacity of 12 shells, which is more than enough to turn anyone into minced meat. Though that capacity is also part of its drawback, as it takes forever to reload. Number 7. G36E, Battlefield 2. Honestly, who expected the medic kit to have the best rifles in the game? The G36E is one of the 3 possible models for this weapon, the other 2 being relegated to the Special Forces kits. However, it's the ever-so-lucky medics that get the best one. While the stats between the 3 models are fairly similar, the E model has slightly higher damage and lower recoil, which, honestly, makes all the difference in the hands of a skilled player. Plus, its standard burst fire mode allows you to conserve ammo during long firefights. Who knew that those who saved lives could also be masters at taking them? Number 6. M14 EBR, Battlefield Bad Company 2. This semi-automatic rifle might have a small magazine, a measly 10 rounds, but it balances out with some crazy accuracy and brutal damage output. However, even with its high accuracy, it only starts out with some pretty standard iron sights, making it more ideal for mid-range engagements. But if you can slap a 4x scope on this bad boy, and upgrade its ammunition to magnum rounds, then you're just as deadly at long-range combat, with your only competition being some of the higher-end sniper rifles. Just try not to get stuck in any close-quarter fights, because 10 rounds won't last you very long. Number 5. Sawed-off Shotgun, Battlefield 1. As previously mentioned, shotguns in the Battlefield franchise tend to be more situational. However, thanks to Battlefield 1's focus on trench warfare, shotguns became the dominant choice once again. The sawed-off shotgun is one of the more popular options due to its tendency to obliterate anything in one shot at close range. Usually the downside of this modified weapon is that it trades out range and accuracy for blunt power, but not for this beastly weapon, as its range is comparable to most of the other shotguns, making it a must for any class that has the option of using it. Number 4. Phantom, Battlefield 4. Remember when bows were all the rage in video games? Well, DICE also jumped on the bandwagon with the release of the Final Stand DLC, which included the Phantom compound bow. Not only does it have a high accuracy stat, but it basically makes no sound, so you won't pop up on that minimap after every shot, making it ideal for stealth. It also comes with a few more arrow types, the most notable ones being poison and explosive tipped arrowheads for those special occasions. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest choice for long range, and tends to lose out over some of the more powerful sniper rifles.
Keep killing them.
Number 3. SRR-61, Battlefield 4. Speaking of sniper rifles, here's one that's considered by many to be the best. It's no secret that these guns can be some of the most powerful weapons in the hands of a skilled player, as their range is beyond huge and their power is devastating, with the trade-off being the high skill ceiling. The SRR-61 stands out from its competition due to the fact that it has the longest range of all the rifles in the base game, which can be further enhanced with the ballistic scope attachment, which gives you a mighty 40x zoom function. Mastering this weapon makes you one very deadly assassin. Number 2. F-2000, Battlefield Bad Company 2. A very familiar weapon for anyone who's an avid fan of the Battlefield franchise. The F-2000 may not be the most accurate assault rifle, and its raw damage certainly leaves something to be desired, but it more than makes up for it with its incredible rate of fire. Any enemy unlucky enough to encounter you will be met with a hail of bullets. It's more like a very powerful SMG with an added underslung grenade launcher that really makes sure you get the job done. It's honestly no wonder why it makes a return in every modern iteration. Number 1. BAR 1918, Battlefield 1942. When it comes to the best weapons in the Battlefield franchise, you have to go all the way back to the classics. Battlefield 1942 was dominated by the assault kit back in the day, and it's all thanks to the BAR 1918. It's not the best weapon to fire from the hip, suffering from low accuracy and high recoil, but if you can get a nice vantage in a prone position, the BAR 1918 will erase anyone that dares to cross your path. It's such an iconic weapon for the franchise that it was even brought back for Battlefield 1. Sometimes the oldies truly are the goodies. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.